Now, so this combo. Now, this is just how I like to do it. Just the T-shirt, dress jacket. It always works. Always works, dude.
Yeah.
The fans at New York Comic Con, what I like about it, and also the Chicago Expo, it's because they're kind of just more of a loose kind of crowd.
Right.
Accepting crowd.
Yeah.
So this is really all I need to do. Just the dress jacket and the jeans and the T-shirt. That's how I like to dress anyway, because it's a little official. It's a little informal, and I've got the dress jacket, but I've also got the Chuck Taylors, because it's an important message, I think, from ReedPop. It's kind of like a sort of like, we're fans just like you, and that's really important to me, at least. And I'm kind of like delivering that message informally.
Right.
But then let's take something like BookCon. Now, the thing is, with BookCon is that I can't, it's a little different. So I might want to then wear the V-neck sweater with the dress shirt under it, because it's a little bit more literary. So, and then I know what you're going to ask, of course. Like, logically, you wonder, no. The answer is no, I do not still wear the Converse with the V-neck sweater. That's probably what you and I'm sure everyone else would be wondering in that scenario. I might instead opt for a nice pair of loafers or something like that I find in the Reader's Digest catalog, something like that. But
are you a big Reader's Digest?
I'm a big Reader's Digest.
You and your wife subscribe?
I do, and I find that even sometimes their ads, I feel like, are gauged to me. Like, I just feel like they know what I'm into. What I'm into depends on the expo, but for BookCon, maybe some nice loafers. But, the point is that BookCon, different kind of crowd. A related crowd to the Comic-Con and the expo, to be sure. Definitely related, but a different crowd with those BookCon peeps. That's what I call them.
Well,
But, at the end of the day, I'm a Minnesota guy. I'm just a regular dude. So, whether or not I'm the Grand Poobah, well, maybe I am the Grand Poobah, but maybe I wasn't always so grand. Maybe on the inside, I'm still a little humble. I like to think, and I'm just a jeans and T-shirt kind of guy. That's the point. I just want people to know that. Like, he knows. We all know. I'm just a jeans and T-shirt kind of guy. That's me. Throw the dress jacket on. You know what I'm saying. I throw the dress jacket on to be formal, but that's it. So what I'm saying is, I like the investors to think that I'm working,
we are? All this...
But then let's take now the Reed exhibition.
Hello there. This installment of ReedPop TV is going to be focused on a recap of the recent special edition NYC event hosted earlier this month at the legendary Pier 94 right here in New York, as well as taking the time to introduce and let fans get to know the man behind the scenes a little better, and also the man behind the entire team, the ReedPop bullpen, if you will. Standing across from me, rather, on the red carpet, the global vice president and Grand Poobah himself.
Me, yes. Lance, yes. And you, of course, are William.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much for...
Thank you for making this show and giving me a job. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk to you a little bit about, Special Edition as a show, and some of the feedback we've gotten from fans, as well as what you were a fan of personally, what you and the team enjoy seeing at ReedPop shows, and your general thoughts on what ReedPop fans can expect to look forward to in the year ahead in 2015.
Hey, talking about ReedPop and the fans, that's the best part of the show,
Undoubtedly. So this year, Special Edition NYC moved from the historic Javits Center, where we are right now, to Pier 94, just a few blocks away. A new venue, new area, new improvements, as well as some new suggestions and feedback. How do you feel this year's show went overall? Were you satisfied?
I'm generally satisfied because the response has been so positive, and the fans and the exhibitors had such a good time.
Right.
As Publishers Weekly reported, attendance was up some 40% from last year, which is a great improvement. So Pier 94 was another opportunity for us to branch out and try some different things, and the logistics of moving the show worked out actually very well, in my opinion.
Do we have an exact report on numbers yet for Special Edition?
I haven't discussed that yet with the... numbers people, but I've gotten the impression it's pretty positive,
right?
I think, and even better than last year.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're really concentrating on improving the shows and evolving them, so to speak, and to best cater to the fans' interests. That's what I'm most interested in, at least. And actually, BookCon will be moving next year as well to Chicago.
The Windy City, right on. So do you think that changing venues provides new opportunities for both the exhibitors and the vendors?
Wait, 1 second. I'm sorry, did you say the Windy City?
Yeah, Chicago.
Right, BookCon is moving to Chicago, yeah, and that's the home of our C2E2 event.
Right, but what do you say to?
Well, but what I'm asking is, why Windy City? I'm just fascinated of what elicited such a raw response from you just then.
Well, it wasn't raw. I mean, the Windy City is generally recognized as a nickname for Chicago.
I thought it was referred to as the Second City.
I guess it is. Isn't the Second City the comedy troupe from Chicago?
Are they? Well, if they were, wouldn't that infer then that the other name for Chicago is the Second City? I mean, that's just how I see it anyway. And
they're both nicknames for Chicago.
Two nicknames? Two nicknames? Is that right? I can't believe that I hadn't heard that before. Because I'm from Minnesota, you know. I feel like I would have heard about that before.
Right, but have you given any thought to...
Wait. I don't want to lose my train of thought with this dude because, actually, guess what Minnesota's referred to as? I mean, see if you know this one. Do you know that? The Gopher State. I mean, can you believe that?
Yeah, and also the North Star State. So...
Wait. That's right. Two nicknames. No, that's right. That's two nicknames.
Yes.
Oh. Well, wait.
Really,
I'm sorry. Can we just?
It's not that you.
No, I just wanted to see if. Would you mind if I called my dad for a second? I just wanted to see if he knew about this because I really feel like I should have known about this.
We're still filming, Lance. We're filming the interview.
Sorry. Yeah, just remind me about that later. Okay, will you do that?
Yeah, you bet.
It's like wow. Like, what is the world coming to?
BookCon was very well received with a huge turnout, proving again that reading is as viable as ever, and readers are extremely passionate. What is on Lance Fensterman's nightstand these days? An
alarm clock, a little bronze statue of an owl, and also a little tissue. I always like to keep a little tissue on the side of the bed for me to wipe off my glasses with.
No, I meant, what are you reading currently?
Good question, sir. I'm glad you asked. Actually, I've really been plunging into a series of novels that was recommended to me recently. It's actually doing pretty well right now. It's called the Goosebumps series. It's by R.L. Stine. And I've really been enjoying it.
Wait, Goosebumps?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it's really, really good. We've got this guy at ReedPop, Mike Armstrong.
Yeah, of course.
Who's, let's just actually give a quick shout out to Mike Armstrong, if we can. But Mike's great, actually. A lot of the fans probably don't know Mike, but they ought to because he's actually the event director. It shows a really important guy, really great guy.
Yeah.
Killer Marlon Wayans impression. I don't know if you've seen that.
On.
But the fans might not know him yet. I feel they should. He's really important, that's what I'm saying. And one day he said, he was telling me about the Goosebumps series. And I just thought, it just sounded like something that I might be interested in. I wanted to check it out. And, dude, I went to the bookstore. To be honest, I splurged. I just had to. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what order they went in, so I just went and bought the complete box set.
I see, and
I get this. I don't even think it was the complete series of Goosebumps. Though it said complete box set, I don't think that's all the books.
You think there's more?
I think there could be more.
More titles.
Well, it's pretty vast, actually. And to be honest, I hope I'm not being offensive here, but it really does seem like R.L. Stine might just be a moniker for a team of ghostwriters, which actually would be a great plot for a Goosebumps novel, I think. Because, but really, it's just like, there's so many books. It's just like how could one guy write that many books? My wife, oddly enough, actually, she was telling me, she thought it was a little weird that I'm this enthusiastic about the series, but I think it's just because it's kind of scary, quote unquote.
Well, it could be because it's for younger readers.
I can't be sure of that. I remember BookCon was extremely busy as well as the BEA conference, and what I did was to make a walkthrough of the show floor because I wanted to see if R.L. Stine was there and possibly get to talk to him about Goosebumps. Goosebumps, yeah.
You're like 39, Lance.
Knock on wood. Can we get some wood? Do you have any wood? Okay, well, that's all right. But the point is that I'm still here, still got my hair, and I'm still working.
Yeah.
And And I'm sorry, what was the question you asked?
I wanted the audience to get to know you a little better, because while ReedPop is a team, it's still a team that you built, and ReedPop initially was your vision, so...
Well, ReedPop is a quirky offshoot of Reed Exhibitions, and we started that company in 2006, and in that time, our mission statement has really remained the same. It remains unchanging. It's just always put the fans first, and create killer events while remaining transparent and as committed as possible.
Well, certainly ReedPop's achieved all that, as we're coming up on a decade now, and the success you've had is really, really impressive. I mean, have you been surprised that it's grown exponentially like this? I mean, or be honest, did you always anticipate it?
Well, I always anticipated it growing because our business plan was simply deliver to the fans. You know, give them the best show possible, right? I mean, I felt with that approach, we couldn't go wrong. You know, couldn't go wrong.
Yeah, and so next year it's going to be the 10-year anniversary of New York Comic Con. 10-year anniversary of New York Comic Con. Do you think that...
Wow. Is that 10 years?
Yes.
10 years, dude. You know, it's crazy, really. You know, I remember those first shows.
So do I, and I mean, the turnout was just really impressive.
That is an understatement, sir. I mean, but yeah, those were really crazy times, but good times.
Yeah.
10 years. The big 1-0. Just like... Wow, you know, like it feels like yesterday sometimes, and then other times it feels like 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, it's funny because I was reading this article actually on Yahoo about the longest running TV shows. You wouldn't believe how many shows don't even make it past season 5.
I believe it. I believe that. But moving on to
how many seasons has ReedPop TV been on? Can I ask?
This is the first season.
Can that be true? You know, I seem to remember being interviewed for the past few years, actually.
Yes, you were by, other shows.
Huh. Okay, that makes sense now. I'm a little amazed that the team let them film during our show, but...
I mean, that was press, Lance. You were doing press interviews.
So I'm not getting paid for this, then?
No, you're not getting paid. You're the boss. You're like... Vice president.
Right. Oh, right. Woo, boy. I didn't say anything that sounds bad, did I?
What do you mean?
No, nothing incriminating, you know.
No, you're...
All right.
You're
Oh,
safe,
well,
Lance. You're safe.
Wow. That close one. But yeah, Special Edition is going to grow. BookCon is going to grow. C2E2 is going to grow.
Yeah.
We've got New York Super Week. We've so many great events for the fans. And, as I've said, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, there'll be growth in any company. There will always be evolution, improvements, but it's about the fans. The fans are what matters.
I agree with that, Lance. Why don't we just stop there? And I want to thank Lance Fensterman, who's a great, patient, and generous boss. And the Grand Poobah, and you've been here with ReedPop TV. It's a new show we're starting for the fans to engage them and talk about what they want to hear and give them some behind-the-scenes tips. And speaking of behind-the-scenes tips, we'll now go to some helpful tips about what to expect this October.
I'm sorry, 1 sec. Do you mind? Is this live? This is live. Right?
Okay.
Right. I want to say, just anyone who wants to join my Goosebumps book club. Okay. Now I've got a discussion group on Yahoo Groups. If you just look up Goosebumps discussion, alt Yahoo Groups, or if you just go to my email at Yahoo Mail, that's Lancelot_76. You can contact me there. And what I'm interested in. Sorry, I've got a note on my phone. If you don't mind, just 1 second. Right now I'm looking for Slime Time and The Mystery of Bastion's Attic. So if anybody has those and wants to trade, just shoot me a line. I'll usually respond within a few days.
So The Mystery of Bastion's Attic, what's that?
One of the best Goosebumps novels, according to some of these threads I was reading online, actually.
I don't understand. You're trying to trade for those books?
Yeah, no, I'd be willing to trade anything. I'd be willing to trade... Dummy's Surprise. I'd be willing to trade Skeleton Stew and his good friend Stu.
All right, let's leave it there, Lance. Thank you.
The Haunted Library is full of books.
We're going to go to tips for this October's New York Comic Con for all you fans. Thank you for
I'd
watching.
be willing to trade Werewolves Are People Too.
Mike Kiskin has that one in his desk. He doesn't want me to tell you that.
Mike, no, I got some insider trading info here, Mike, and we're gonna do it.